Hi guys, Pete Mazaris, the Home Inspector Mentor, here to talk to you about some more tips and techniques that I developed along the way to really dominate my market, at least from a realtor referral standpoint, a client referral standpoint. And so the way I approached every home inspection was that I not only had one client, the buyer, obviously, but that I had four clients. And so those four clients are obviously the buyer, number one. Number two, the buyer's realtor, who I wanted to get referral sources or referrals in the future from. And then the surprising two and number three and four would be the seller, who, if selling their home, is going to need a home inspector when they go to buy, if they're going to buy in the same area, which most sellers end up doing anyway. And of course, that seller's listing agent, if I didn't know that agent. So for customers, yes, I know our fiduciary responsibility is to our buyer, number one. And then obviously we have to play nice with the buyer's realtor if we really want to grow our business. But the other secret is that we don't make enemies out of the seller or the seller's agent. So many times, by being really good at what we do, or what I did as well, and being, basically on a quest for the truth and keeping my opinion out of my reporting and in my communication, and being factual and being helpful. If the seller called me for clarification on reports, or perhaps wanted to argue something, it was not, to me, it wasn't a argument or a thing for me to get defensive about. But I looked at that every time that the seller would call me, or I was speaking with the seller, maybe when I returned to pick up the radon test, to be friendly, conversational, and helpful, because that seller could easily turn out to be a client. And why would I not act professionally and neutrally and in the best way that I could to present myself for perhaps future business with that seller? And then, of course, if I didn't know that seller's agent, it would be double bonus, because if that agent would call, which typically the agent's going to call before the seller themselves would call, for instance, to get a clarification on a particular inspection point. And if you are helpful with that agent, of course, you're trying to do the best you can to stay neutral, knowing that your true customer is the one who hired you, the buyer. So you have to walk that line and speak professionally and neutrally, but you are going to do it in a helpful manner. That listing agent may become a new referral source for you. And so why would you not do that? Remember, the name of the game is to get exposure to referral sources, right? Because that's how you stay in business. If you don't have a inspection to be referred to you in the future, then you don't have a business. And so the more referral sources that you get or have, then the busier you become and your business grows, which is the reason why we're in this business, in the first place. Although there may be some inspectors who are, dedicated to saving lives and protecting people, and that's the most important thing for them. Even though that's very sublime and noble, I'm in this business to make money, okay? And I am my, my own responsibility. And so I know that doesn't make sense, but follow me on this. And so my responsibility is to myself and to my family, and I work for myself. Actually, if you want to get technical, I don't work for the buyer. I don't work for the customer. I work for myself. Okay, so when anybody asks me who you working for, I'm working for myself. But with that philosophy, when you're working for yourself, you want to keep all your options open. Every option, every possible path that can lead to business without you selling your soul and overstepping your bounds as a home inspector. Obviously, we're not going to write soft reports just so we can continue to get business from a particular referral source. That's not what we're about. And if you do that, then eventually that house of cards comes down. Of course, what I mean by a soft report would be you're not really making a accurate and thorough and really protective report for your buyer, because that buyer was referred to you by the realtor, and you don't want to ruin the relationship between you and that realtor, the referring realtor, because you want to get more business. So you're not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. And if we do end up losing referral sources because we're putting the client first, even though the client was referred by somebody else, that namely that buyer's realtor, well, we're going to do it because that's what allows us to sleep well at night. But at the same time, there is a way to play this game, do this job, and make everybody happy. Yes, I know it's difficult to make everybody happy, but if you can figure out how to walk that line and go into every home inspection like you have 4 customers, then your business will grow, because many inspectors out there do not do that. The seller's the enemy, the seller's agent especially is the enemy, and possibly their customer's agent is the enemy. And sure, you can do that, fight the good fight, ride that white horse, but in my opinion, that's not the way to build a business in the home inspection industry. You can do it, but it's not going to be satisfying, in my opinion, because if you're not growing business-wise as a inspector or a business person, then to me, that's not satisfying. And that's what I'm about. And if you guys, continue to be interested with how to grow your business, or even start a business or get more business, then continue to subscribe to this channel, because that's what I'm about. And hope this was helpful, and I hope everyone has a good day.